Welcome to episode 64 of the Family Geekery podcast. I'm Danny.
I'm Amber.
And I'm Chris.
And today we're going to be talking about the Harley Quinn cartoon show.
Cartoon show from Max. Max original.
Yeah. 4 seasons. Somebody thought that it was brand new. That's okay. It's brand new for us.
Well, Max told me it was new. I didn't know it meant the episode was new.
It said new episode, giant flag on it.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I only read new, and I didn't see the big word after it. That's way too many letters for me.
Yeah, you don't know how to read. We established that on our book episode.
I don't know my ABDs.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were thinking about possibly doing Adventure Time episode if that show had come out yet, but it's still coming soon. And on the app, I saw episodes of the Harley Quinn show and thought that might be fun to watch. Didn't really know what we were getting into.
You didn't realize it was rated M for mature?
Didn't realize that we wouldn't be able to talk about much of it on a family show like Family Geekery. But thank you for listening to this episode.
Check it out with your parents' permission.
That's about all we can say about that show. We're going to chat about the show a little bit. And but before that, what time is it?
Yeah, there's a thing that we do. We should really name this segment because we never really do that.
This segment is that thing that we do in most episodes.
Sometimes it's the entire episode.
Don't do in some episodes.
When have we not done it? Oh, and like our interview?
Sometimes we just forget.
Oh, we get too excited.
So what's the name of this segment?
Oh, you're putting me on the spot. Geeky Week.
Geeky Week. So how was your Geeky Week?
Well,
We're 64 episodes into a podcast, coming up with a segment name for something that we've done
every single time.
Of them.
Well, I bought Baldur's Gate 3.
What?
And tried to download it on my Airbnb's Wi-Fi, which was a mistake. So I've not played it yet, but I've bought it, and I'm excited to start.
Give yourself a couple hours for character creation.
Oh, I saw a TikTok that broke down some stats for opening weekend. Oh, not opening weekend, release weekend or whatever. And 98% of players or something like that spent over an hour in character creation.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm excited because you guys know that is frequently my favorite part of games. So yeah, that's going to be exciting. And I like D&D, and it seems to have, it's in the D&D universe, but it also seems to have a lot of dice rolling mechanics and stuff in there. So I'm hoping that, until I find a good D&D campaign group to play with, that I can just spend time with that. So I'm excited to start playing that, and I'll probably give you guys more of my opinion next week.
That's a game that goes way back.
Yeah.
I'm guessing late 90s, early 2000s for the first one.
You were telling me about those games when they came out, right? It was before Elder Scrolls or something?
Yeah. Yeah, it was before Elder Scrolls, before Morrowind, I think. And
isn't Morrowind
obviously before
also
Skyrim?
Well, Skyrim is Elder Scrolls.
Right.
Okay.
But it's all in the D&D family.
Wait, Elder Scrolls is?
After the Gold Box games, which are the ones that I played. Shout out to any Gold Box players out there.
Elder Scrolls is D&D?
Well, it's inspired by D&D.
Yeah, so next week I'll hopefully have played a bit of it. Hopefully more than a bit of it. And give you guys my opinion.
Nice.
Seen lots of TikToks. Looks really fun. Wasn't originally interested, but then, of course, the influencers influenced me. So,
whoa,
I guess that's how it works.
Nice.
You got sold.
I got sold.
Nice. How about you, Danny? How was your geeky week?
Well, today I played Catan with a group of my friends.
Whoa.
Danny!
We played two
in person?
Games. Yeah.
With physical, pieces?
Yeah.
How many players?
The max.
6? No.
6.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, so you had the extension.
Yes.
Cool.
Was anybody trading?
Oh, We were trading the whole time. Every person's turn, someone traded.
Oh, I mean, that's how it goes. Especially if you're like me and you quite often get stuck on a sheep and get massive sheep, and then you're not on the sheep port because somebody is a poopy hole and takes the sheep port from you.
Well, if you stop wearing Velcro outfits, you wouldn't get stuck on a sheep so often.
But it was really fun.
Was there a brick shortage? There always seems to be a brick
There
shortage.
was.
Every single game I play,
every
there's
game.
a brick shortage. I don't understand.
We also kept rolling 3s. I had like the best spot in the map. I had like 6 and 8s and like 10s. But no.
But they were rolling
3s, 1s, 7s.
You can't roll a 1.
Or not 1, 2. But I didn't win either of them. Almost did. Actually, the second one was we gave up because it was lasting 2 hours.
I've never played 6-player Catan. That sounds like torture.
It's like you can't move anywhere.
Yeah, that's why I don't like 4-player Catan. 3-player Catan on the normal board is perfect.
Mm-hmm. But that's about as geeky as my week gets.
Well, that's right up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you spent the rest of your time touching grass and catching fish.
Yeah, I did fish. It's not very geeky, though.
You did outside stuff.
Yeah.
You lose geek points for that.
I know.
Cool.
What about you?
Well, last week, if you remember from the last podcast, I was in a sketchy hotel room.
Oh, yeah.
With a bad-sounding microphone. Man, that microphone sounded bad.
It did. It's okay.
As soon as I started editing, I was like, oh, this sounds bad. But
it's okay.
We talked about Void Rivals. The comic.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we talked about last week.
Star-Lord.
That was kind of a question and a statement in the same time. And you asked me about episode 2, and I said that I would check the local comic book store where I was at, and sure enough, they had it there. So
cool.
I picked it up. I already read it, so I'll let you guys read it.
Nice. I'm excited.
But it seems like they're going to be trickling out the info, but there was some good backstory.
Ooh, nice.
It looks like they're just going to trickle out the backstory a little bit. But it's all good.
They've got to catch up with Marvel, which has like 400 issues of things.
Yeah. I got some other good books too, so we'll have to check those out. And besides that, I didn't play any games, but I did start making game.
Whoa.
Stumbled upon a new to me game engine called GDevelop, and it's a code-free game engine, which means you don't have to code anything. You do have to know how to code. You do have to know how to program. You have to know logic and stuff, but you don't have to like type stuff with your fingers. You just drag stuff around.
So it's like Scratch.
Only in the sense that Scratch is code-free also, but much more powerful. And you can make...
You can do more than make things jump and turn left and right?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. It's very similar to another game engine that I used before called Construct. The biggest difference is Construct is limited to the amount of, events, I think they call them, that you can do before you have to pony up and buy a subscription to it.
Lame.
Well, they got to make money somewhere.
Lame.
And this one, there seems to be there is benefits to subscribing, but so far I haven't hit any limitations in the coding yet. And also right now, and also it's only $5 a month if you do subscribe. And also right now on Fantastical.
Okay.
Which is kind of like Humble Bundle.
Yeah.
They have a bundle right now where you get a bunch of assets for it, and because they have an asset store where you can buy stuff. I was going
to ask you a question, so circle back to me when you're done.
Okay. Your name's Amber again?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll circle back to you in a second. But in the bundle, you can get a bunch of assets for the game engine, and you can get a 6-month subscription to it. And I think it's only like, I don't know, $10-12 or something for the full bundle.
Oh. Wow.
So I'm going to do that, support them that way.
Nice.
Get 6 months, and I'm recreating right now as a exercise. I'm recreating one of our Game Jam games.
Which one?
Beefy Thumb?
Void Sandwich?
Void Sandwich, yeah.
Was that our little RPG one?
That was the business
That's a
simulator one.
tycoon.
Oh.
The tycoon
Okay.
game. But yeah, I wanted to recreate that, and once I get far enough along in it, I'll send out a link so that everybody can try it out and have fun.
Nice.
Yay!
So back to you, Amber. You had a question.
Yeah, so this was before you brought up Humble Bundle. So on Humble Bundle you can get like the Unity asset bundles and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
If you get those, can you use those in other game engines, or is that only Unity? Like, is it an asset for anything and you can import it into other softwares, or?
I think most of them they're optimized for Unity, but I think you can use them in just about anything.
Okay.
I've bought a bunch of especially the 2D, because the 2D assets they're just
easy to use, and
they're either sprite sheets or they're just full up sprites. So I've bought most of those that have ever been on Humble Bundle and Fantastical, and Indie Gala is another one.
So those are a lot easier to import into other things since they're just sprite sheets and stuff instead of 3D models.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Nice. So once
I know things about game creation. I scroll down the Humble Bundle thing sometimes.
So I might eventually make some tutorials on this for YouTube.
Cool.
There's a lot of good tutorials out there already, so I'm going to wait until I have something that's actually worth looking at before I do that. And maybe it'll get us one step closer to hosting a game jam.
Okay.
Yay!
That's something I'd really like to do.
Oh, man. Those people didn't do a game jam this year.
Butterscotch?
Yeah.
It's been many years. But GDevelop just did one this past weekend.
Who's that?
GDevelop is the software I've been talking about for the last 10 minutes.
Oh. Okay.
But it looks like they are pretty active. They have a pretty active community, and they just hosted a week-long game jam. So
cool.
I wasn't quite ready to look into that yet, especially since I was traveling all week. But maybe the next one we can family geekery into it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds cool.
Go in there, jam some games together.
Oh, I've got a kind of funny update. It's actually not funny. It's kind of scary. So I was just chilling on my computer, and I see on Discord that I have like 30 notifications. I'm like, where am I getting 30 notifications from? Because I have most of my servers like muted, except for like at everyone. And so I'm like scrolling because like I have my like, friends servers at the top, and I have like the like community servers at the bottom. And it's Animal Crossing. I'm like, what is happening in Animal Crossing? They had a scammer, I think. A scammer hacked into it and just was at everyone like, Animal Crossing 2, click our link. And the link was very obviously discord.com/Animal Crossing hacked or something like that. And I'm like, what? So I was like, I can't deal with this. So I just left the server. So I'm sorry, Animal Crossing server. Hope that all those little gullible kids that are in there don't fall for the scam. Scary things happen sometimes on the internet.
Is that our warning to little kids about the internet?
That's our warning to little kids. Also, we're going to talk about a rated M TV show. Hello, little kids.
That's right, little kids. Come and listen to our F-bomb count this episode. So that's a good segue into this week's topic, which is Poison Ivy, a show that started on
Poison
HBO. No.
That was a joke.
So that's a good segue into the show
Harley Quinn. You got to keep all this in.
I wanted to see if you were listening. Which is a show that started on HBO Max, I think, in 2019, 4 seasons long so far.
Yeah.
And Danny and I have watched one episode.
I watched 4.
A couple more. She just couldn't get enough of it.
It was really good, actually.
Yeah, so let's start off first with talking about the outstanding voice actor cast.
Yeah. I had to look it up.
Really familiar.
Oh, you don't know who it is? Well, I looked it up.
Is it a girl from Total Drama?
No, it's actually Penny from brain
Penny.
dead Sheldon.
Penny.
What's it called?
Penny.
Oh,
Big Bang
Big
Theory.
Bang Theory.
Yeah. Haley Kuko.
Yeah. Once
So
I looked it up, I could not stop hearing it, and
Right.
she did a great job.
Yeah, she's got a great voice. She doesn't do quite as strong a, I don't know, Brooklyn accent
Yeah.
as you hear
Margot.
sometimes, but a lot of good attitude to it.
She
And
gets some in there when she says puddin'.
but yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. So she does a wonderful job. Um, who else we got? We got the Joker, who's being played by
I
Alan
didn't.
Tudyk.
No, wait, was it? Alan Tudyk is the Clayman.
He's also the Joker.
Oh, is he? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Alan Tudyk, who's probably in most geeks' minds famous for Firefly, but
Oh, he's in a lot of Disney movies. He plays birds and stuff.
yeah, he's a great voice actor. Been in a bunch of things, so he does a great job. The next one that stands out is Jim Rash, who does the Riddler. You know who Jim Rash is from?
No.
Because when they had the whole scene on the Riddler, I was like, man, that voice is killer. I had no clue who it was, but he was doing a great job. He had the cackly laugh in between the sentences and stuff. And it's the I don't know, the dean of Community.
Wait, which one is that?
Have you watched enough Community to know who the dean is?
No, I've seen half of the first episode.
Oh, okay.
But
Well,
I see a lot of clips on. Oh, this guy. Oh, he looks just like the Riddler in the show.
He does,
also.
yeah. He looks a little bit like him. So he's great. He does a great job. You can't not know J.D. Smooth's voice, right?
Who did they play?
J.D. Smoove was the plant, Frank the Plant.
Oh,
Oh.
it sounded. Who's that? Because it sounded familiar.
He does. You've probably seen him in commercials for different things. He's got a very distinctive voice.
Yes, he does, and he's funny.
Yeah, hilarious.
And then Poison Ivy's voice actress. She's a famous actress also, right? But she also does some voice acting.
Yep.
So I remember she was in that show Bless This Mess that Mom was watching a lot of.
Oh yeah, that's probably one of her more recent things. She was in Red Hot American Summer.
Oh, she was?
Yeah, she was one of the main
Wet Hot.
counselors. What did I say? Red Hot?
Yeah.
Wet Hot. And
Now that
then
you say, yeah, I remember that.
and then Batman, who's not in it a ton, but he pops in and from time to time, is Diedrich Bader. You guys seen him before?
I don't know.
No.
Probably my favorite thing he's done is Office Space. He had a small part in Office Space, but he's done a bunch of other stuff. He was in Napoleon Dynamite.
Wait, who's he in
Small
that?
part. Rex.
Oh, the karate teacher?
I think so. But he's done a lot of voice acting also over the years. He's in the new Transformers. Oh, which reminds me, back to Alan Tudyk. He's in the new. Yeah, I think he's Optimus Prime in the new series of Transformers Earthspark.
The video?
Oh.
I mean, cartoon?
Cartoon, yeah. So you just can't go wrong being both the Joker and Optimus Prime. That's when you know you've made it, kids.
They should have had Mark Hamill reprise his role as the Joker.
Oh yeah. I don't know why this might be, different creators or something. Why they changed voices, or just people weren't available.
Willing. Yeah.
Weren't willing. I'm not doing a TVMA cartoon. After all those years of being able to go to Comic-Cons and hug kids, now you want me to do an adult? Not going to do it. Yeah, but great cast. And then looking at the IMDb overall cast, there's a lot of great stars yet to come in some future episodes. So I'm looking forward to that too. And if we didn't name you, if you're listening and we didn't name you,
Alan Tudyk, if you're listening, I love how you play. What is it? Hey Hey or something in Moana? Is it? I think
What?
he's like the bird or the. He does like the capybaras in Kanto. I think also. Anyways, he does animal noises.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Alan
That's when
Tudyk.
you've made it.
But you guys haven't watched Firefly yet?
No,
No.
I
Well,
did
that's-
rewatch the first episode of Lost for like the 6th time. We'll see if I get through the whole series again.
We can't be
Oh,
a
speaking
geeky
of
podcast
Lost.
without watching Firefly and then talking about it at some point.
I guess we have to.
So put that on your radar.
Isn't there like a reboot sequel coming out or something? Or did they make a sequel?
Well, they made a movie.
Sincerity.
Yeah, Serenity.
Serenity.
They made a movie.
Anyways.
It's what the most requested reboot like ever. But that's a subject for another day.
Yeah. If we ever pony up and watch it.
If not if, when. So let's talk about the show. Now that we have discussed the awesome cast, let's talk about what they're doing in the show. Who's kicking this off?
Maybe somebody who only watched the first episode, so that I don't spoil things for you guys.
You don't know how far you watched. You don't know where it stopped in the first episode.
Yeah.
So basically, overall, you got Harley Quinn, who's in love with the Joker. That's her pudding.
Yep.
And she wants to be one of the most feared people in Gotham City. She wants to be a baddie. And he's always stealing her thunder. And he's always diming her out and throwing her under the bus every time they're almost caught.
Relationship.
Well, every time they're almost caught, he lets her get caught and he gets away. So it takes her a little while to realize it, but she eventually starts to realize with the help of Poison Ivy that she needs to break away from him and become her own thing because she wants to become a big baddie in Gotham City. So that's the overall gist, I guess, from the first episode is that she's looking to make a name for herself and get out of the shadow of the Joker. Is that what you guys gathered?
Yeah. And by doing so, they do a lot of cursing and funny talk.
Is cursing funny?
I guess so.
There's a lot of cursing.
There's a lot of cursing. I think it cooled down a little bit. Except there's one guy that said the bad C word a couple times. But they bleeped that. They actually bleeped that word. Yeah.
Well, start off the episode by saying the W word.
White.
And when I searched that after you sent me that, because Amber watched it a couple minutes or a couple hours before the rest of us, when you sent me that note about how the show started,
yeah,
I Googled it to see if you heard it right or
I had subtitles on.
If you misheard it. Well, sometimes the subtitles aren't always right. And yeah, apparently the internet has taken notice of the first couple sentences of the show and how it sets the tone.
The Joker says it.
So without getting specific, I will say that this was DC's attempt to kind of capture the tone of Deadpool.
Oh.
So that
okay.
I think that was part of their intent. And
to me, it felt like their attempt to capture, like, I don't know, Rick and Morty in a good way, though.
I haven't seen Rick and Morty yet.
Okay.
Do I lose geek points?
No, Rick and Morty's fake geeky.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not smart enough for Rick and Morty. You don't understand it. That's what the Rick and Morty fans say to, like, women.
Oh, nice.
One thing I like about Harley Quinn is that it's, like, heavy on the girl power, but, like, not too heavy on the girl power. You know, like, some things they go a little overboard. It's like, oh, you're just trying a little too hard, you know? But it's actually, like, good, I don't know, representation of a crazy woman. I think. I don't know.
Oh, Chris has to bite his tongue so much. Bite bite his tongue. I can't.
What do you mean all women are crazy?
That's a horrible statement, Amber. Why would you say such a thing?
Yeah, I should never.
It's like Ice Cube said.
What did Ice Cube say? The only thing I know Ice Cube from is Bye Felicia and going on a road trip, family road trip or whatever it's called.
College road trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we there yet?
I better stop there then. Nothing good ever starts with, it's like Ice Cube always says.
Danny's like, what? She doesn't even know who Ice Cube is.
What? It's a thing in my freezer. I fill my cup with.
The thing in my freezer.
Anyways.
How did you like the show, Danny?
I did. I was fully expecting it to be a kid's show. Like, I was like, okay,
I was too.
Cartoon, DC. I see why it wasn't on Disney Plus. Well, that's also DC,
Danny.
or Netflix. But I thought it was cute. I liked Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy's friendship.
Spoiler alert, I think they become more than that.
Oh.
I think that happens in the comics also. I don't know.
I like how Poison Ivy, a convicted felon or whatever, is the voice of reason of this whole show.
Right?
And I like probably the best scene or little snippet of scene that I liked was when the Joker is, I forget what he's doing, but the Joker's doing something bad, and in drops Batman, and the Joker's reaction is just, "Oh, this guy." Like, not you again. Like, what's this guy doing here?
I like Harley Quinn's theory about Batman and what he does with bats. And I'm just going to leave it at that. There's a callback to that in like episode 3 or 4 or something. It's really funny.
Oh, we didn't talk about Commissioner Gordon.
Oh, that guy is crazy. He's no longer Sirius Black.
He's got some issues. Yeah, he's got like conspiracy theories and trauma about everything. Not even related to the show, just topics. He's just upset about everything.
One thing that I really like about it is that it reminds me of Teen Titans Go, but raunchy. And also, it threw me off when, like, spoiler alert, kind of, but Robin was in one of the later episodes, and he's got this really squeaky, high-pitched, prepubescent voice. And it's really funny not hearing, like, the Robin that did the voice in Teen Titans and Teen Titans Go. Like, it was so funny. And he's just screaming, "Dad! Dad!" for Batman. Which, I guess Batman adopted Robin or something like that? Or there's like 7 Robins, but I don't know. So, it's just really funny how he is depicted in the show when all I've seen is Teen Titans.
That's funny.
And the other thing I really liked about the first episode is the character arc of Harley Quinn being in her old outfit.
Oh yeah.
For most of the episode.
Yeah.
And then when she finally breaks free of breaks out of the shadow of the Joker, she shows up in her newer outfit, and I thought that was really cool.
I like how they did that. Like, they referenced the Suicide Squad, but like also her old outfit. Because in Suicide Squad, her outfit is crazy. But her hair is really cool. And so I like how they combined the two.
Yeah.
And she lost her mallet and found a baseball bat instead.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, that all happened in the first episode? Okay.
Yeah.
Wait. Were the vats of acid in the first episode?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. I didn't realize. I thought it took 2 episodes for her to break up with Joker, not just 1.
So I've got the IMDb page opened up, and I'm just noticing that they have, I guess, tags It doesn't say tags, but I'm guessing they're tags for the storyline.
Uh-huh.
And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 listed, and it says 31 more. Now, every time I click on the 31 more, it crashes IMDb's website. But
Wait,
let me
where
read
is it?
off the
Oh,
first. Let me read off the first 5
storyline?
tags.
I see 68.
The tags say season premiere, series premiere, both applicable tags. Next one is yacht, which is how it starts on the yacht. The next one is acid, which had a big part in the story.
Yeah.
And then the last one on this list is stabbed in the chest.
Who got stabbed in the chest?
Well, the Joker stabbed a guy in the chest as he's fighting off everybody.
Oh.
But it's funny that that's one of the first 5 tags. You know, the first 2
I see.
were exactly right, and then all of a sudden
I
you
can
get
see the rest of them.
stabbed in the chest.
That's funny.
Oh, perfect. Episode title spoken by character. That's a great tag to have. Biting someone's ear off.
Now, another thing that's on the that was a very graphic ear bite. Another thing that's on the IMDb page is the first trivia thing. I think is really interesting. It says Jim Rash, the voice of the Riddler, appeared in an episode of Community where his Batman actor-themed code name was Voice of Diedrich Bader, the actor who reprises that very role for this episode.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a confusing sentence, but
it is a confusing sentence.
It's I don't know if irony or foreshadowing, or a little bit of ironic foreshadowing. But yeah, overall, good episode that I think I'm going to have to follow Amber's lead and watch a couple more episodes of.
Yeah.
It is, it had me laughing out loud several times, probably at all inappropriate jokes, which is fine. You got to just.
You need some of that.
You just got to laugh at some raunchy, just horrible humor sometimes.
It's great.
Not you little kids, but.
It's great because the Snyderverse was so dark and depressing and dumb.
Are you saying the Snyderverse needs a lot more cursing and
well, it wasn't
jokes?
funny at all. So yes, I guess.
Was it as physically dark as Game of Thrones last season was?
I didn't ever finish Game of Thrones.
Why not?
Because I forgot.
You forgot. You forgot to finish it.
Yeah, well, once Hold the Door happens, then there's just no more will to live.
Man, you quit on shows as soon as bad things happen to characters you love.
Well, it's like I always say, hold the door, and then I'm like, oh.
Speaking of bad things happening to characters you love, I just finished season finale of season 8 of Grey's Anatomy.
Which one's that? Is that the plane crash?
Yeah.
Oh, rip Lexi.
And Mark.
Not yet. Oh.
Lexi is geeky because she's in Supergirl.
Oh, she is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is she the boss lady at the...
I have no idea.
She work at the newspaper or something?
But in the show, she said she had an old job in Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
Anyways.
What is it about superheroes and newspapers?
Oh, no.
Danny, there was a new FNAF trailer. Well, in June, but I didn't watch it in June. I saw it today on TikTok. The girl from the first season of You is going to be in it.
The blonde girl.
Yeah. And she's a police officer. I'm thinking, is she going to be Vanessa? You don't know that. You didn't watch. Never mind. Anyways.
What is this episode about?
I'm finding it funny that we've got so little to talk about because of all the raunchiness and bad words that this podcast has spun out of control into other subjects.
Well, Danny had a good segue, and then I derailed it.
All right.
I'll derail it back. Blonde girl. Harley Quinn is blonde. We're back. Boom.
Oh, speaking of Margot Robbie, I saw Barbie.
Oh, finally. Did you like it?
I did.
We've returned to Geeky Week.
But that's kind of Harley Quinn because Margot Robbie.
Yeah, except this Margot Robbie. I mean, this Harley Quinn is different.
That's true.
But really funny. I don't know, maybe the writing is just better than the first Suicide Squad was. Because the second Suicide Squad was really good. And there was a shark character in one of the movies, right?
Yes.
Was that the first one? Oh, the second one?
Yep.
Well, that shark character, I think it's this. I don't know. In the show, his name is King Shark.
King Shark.
But he's in the Harley Quinn show, and he's really funny because he's like computer geeky shark. He wears little glasses on his little shark nose, and he's like, oh, I don't do well with blood. And then there's like a little thing of blood, and you're like, oh, he's gonna like pass out or whatever. No, he goes full on crazy shark.
Fish are our friends.
Not food.
So I like the shark character.
Cool.
I didn't know Harley Quinn was a therapist.
Did you watch Suicide Squad?
10 years ago.
Oh.
I liked when she diagnosed herself.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Well, she was a therapist at Arkham, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Mm.
How she met the Joker.
Yeah, and then the Joker dropped her in some acid.
Dropping acid. Never good for you, kids.
And neither
It
is
was
the show.
margarita mix.
Spoiler!
But cool. We just wanted to introduce our audience to that show in case you haven't seen it yet. Of course, check your ratings to see if it's appropriate for
children.
your audience or the audience that it is intended to watch.
Ask
But
your parents.
if you are of the correct
age.
mature age and you are a fan of gory, horrible, disgusting humor, then by all means go for it.
It's cartoon gore, so it's okay. It's just like random red blood spurts. It's cute.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And curse words.
Yeah.
Blood and curse words, that's what makes the
Okay.
world go round. That's what HBO is for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So
Also,
anything else?
I didn't know that DC had a version of Zeus.
You're getting ahead of the episode.
He shows up a little bit. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Nobody's going to understand what you mean because everybody's going to watch the first
Well,
episode.
you'll understand afterwards when you watch more of it because you're going to watch more of it.
Yes, that's true.
And
Yeah.
our adult listeners at home are going to watch it if they haven't already.
Word.
Word.
So anything else before we wrap up this episode?
No.
I always wonder if you're thinking or if you're just too lazy to say the word no when I ask that question.
I'm usually thinking.
Okay. Do you need more time?
Sometimes I'm usually thinking and I usually have something to say.
Sometimes I ask that question 5 times and you talk right over it.
Because I like talking.
She has something to say.
That's right.
Exactly.
So, without anything more to say, as we've just figured out, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this episode. So, thank you as always for listening to the Family Geekery podcast. Be sure to check us out on our socials. We can be found everywhere out there at Family Geekery. If you want to discuss this episode with us, feel free to send us an email, familygeekery@podcast.com.
No, that's wrong.
Go ahead and send something to that. See what happens. Podcast@familygeekery.com, episode 64. Still learning my own email address. And we'll be happy to chat with you about anything that you send us. But thank you. Check us out next week when we come back with another fantastic episode that we don't know what it's about yet.
And stay tuned for episode 69, where we talk about something worse than this.
Whoa,
Woohoo!
hey. Are we going to have to stamp a podcast MA on episode 69?
I don't know. We haven't decided what we're doing yet.
That's right. Now you've just built the anticipation.
Funny number.
Yeah, so thank you as always for listening. And if Amber has nothing else to say,
Nope.
peace out.
Oh, wait, what?
Come on. I was trying to throw that right in there. You want to try again?
Yeah.
So thank you as always for listening. And if Amber has nothing else to say,
Peace out.
you're supposed to say nope. You're supposed to say nope, and then we go right into it.
Well, I can't say two different things with that short of time in between. My
Take
brain
three.
don't work like that. No, we're leaving all this in.
Take 3. So thank you as always for listening. And if Amber has nothing else to say,
Nope.
peace out
and
geek out.
Puddin'.
Thank you for listening to the Family Geekery podcast. For more information, visit www.familygeekery.com. Don't forget to subscribe at your favorite podcast provider. And until next time, peace out and geek out.
Putting this poop in your face.